Peace. What's up, y'all? This is Nate from Vantage VA. Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna get into today is what I call a retro rap review. So essentially, I'm gonna be re-listening to albums that I already love and just like, just seeing how I feel about it. A lot of these albums that I have in mind that I'm gonna do are albums that I love dearly and have a lot to say about, and it's a good conversation. And it's a good conversation between a lot of these albums, especially this album today. As you can see, we got Me Against the World in the back. So that's what we're gonna get into. One of my favorite albums, definitely in my top 5 favorite albums. I feel like it's a lot of good conversation behind this album. For me, this album is probably like one of the most, probably the most important album I've ever heard. And throughout the album, we're gonna go through it and the reasons why I feel like that. But before we jump into this video, man, I just really honestly, genuinely, sincerely want to thank y'all for blowing up my my King's Disease 3 review. That shit means the world to me, bro. It's crazy, man. To think, before that, all of that, I've been posting videos since 2018. And all together, all of my videos together were 2,000 views or 1,000 and some change or something like that. This one video, this one King's Disease 3 video has 2.2K views, bro. It's actually crazy to think about, man. I know it might not seem like a huge deal or a big deal to maybe anybody else, but man, I feel like this could be the start of something great. And I'm hoping and I'm down, what I'm saying? I'm gonna have the content as long as y'all provide the views, what I'm saying? We all get something out of it, what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm just super excited. I'm super grateful. I got 10 new subscribers off that one video, so I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to my day ones too. Really, all of us day ones. I'm at 55, bro. So all of us real day ones, bro. So I appreciate y'all, man, and we're gonna hop into this. All right, so we got Me Against the World. This album came out in 1995. I want to say March 1995. For those who don't know, I am 29 years old. I was born in 1993. All right, so I'm 29 years old. So I'm not young, but I'm also not, I'm not young, but I'm also not old. So I'm kind of in that middle, what I'm saying? So I'm here, I'm good. I'm at the age where I'm able to appreciate, albums from the 90s and also still be in tune with the albums that's dropping now. So I'm at a cool little, a cool little middle part. But we're gonna jump into this album, man. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death. All right, so we're gonna start with the intro. I love this intro so much. I love this shit so much. I wish he would have rapped over this, man.
At 12:25 a.m. Wednesday, Tupac was on his way into a Times Square building, shot several times, including 2 grazed wounds to the head.
5 times on the way to a Manhattan recording studio.
And the thing about this intro, it sets the narrative of the whole entire album. The whole theme of Me Against the World, this intro perfectly sets that up, because all of this is just news clips, and it's just all of this is news clips of people talking about what Tupac's got going on, whether it's his shooting at Quad Studio, whether it's due with his shooting of police officers, the case that he had coming up, the case that actually sent him to jail when this album dropped, which is crazy because what I'm saying, this album, I think Tupac was the first rapper or the first artist to go #1 while being in jail. The whole mystique and allure around this album is just so legendary, because just think of it, bro. It's Me Against the World. He's in jail off of a case that he says that he's innocent of. So you feel like you really do feel like the whole world is against you, and then that's what this album is, and this album is a reflection of that.
List of assault charges brought against him when he allegedly shot two off-duty Atlanta cops on
Night, Shakur may have lowered his own chances.
And you gotta think, dude was like 23, 24 around this time, man. Like,
Tupac Shakur checked into the Metropolitan.
it's just crazy to think about. And we gonna let this run into If I Die Tonight.
A coward dies
1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once. This song, bro. This song before it starts, bro. This song, I tell people, when people talk about Tupac not lyrical, blah, 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 whatever, I play them this song, and it's like, yeah, oh yeah. And it's like, yo, but just because he doesn't do it all the time, doesn't mean he can't do it, bro. Like, he gets, like, and this is top tier. This is top tier. This is top tier. This is top tier, bro. Top tier. Pussy and papers, poetry, power and pistols. Plotting on murdering motherfuckers before they get you. Drama so even mama couldn't raise me. Even the preachers and all my teachers couldn't reach me. I'm running the streets and puffing weed with my people. I'm telling you, bro, I'm in this, bro. I got my Tupac shirt on, man. I got my Tupac shirt on, bro. I'm into this today, man. Polish a pistol, prepare for battle, past the pump. When I get the popping, niggas is dropping and they done. I'm seeing cemetery photos of my peers, conversating like they still here if I die tonight. The thing, bro, the thing, just not even with just this song, but this song too, like his delivery and his voice, bro. That's the thing that I feel like that puts Pac above a lot of artists, bro. Is like his delivery is like, at times it can be like super aggressive, but also super sincere. And then his voice, bro. He probably has the best voice in hip hop history, bro. Like his shit just commands your respect. It commands your attention. Everything he it feels like whatever he's about to say is like I don't know. It's like a script in a movie, bro. But it's like off the top of his dome, like not like freestyling, but just even when he speaks, like he speaks with so much vigor and so much power, bro. Like it's actually, damn, man. R.I.P. Tupac, bro. I wonder if heaven got a ghetto for thug niggas, a stress-free life and a spot for drug dealers. Yeah, man, I know, and this is the main album I feel like they talk about when they talk about Tupac predicting his own death and how prophetic he was as far as like his own life and everything. And it's because I don't know, man. It's an interesting thing to talk about because it's like, did he like, I don't know, depending on if you believe in like manifestation and all that and words holding so much power, like if he like kind of like caused his, you know what I'm saying, he kind of like spoke his own demise into it, or his early demise into existence, or anything like that. I don't know if I necessarily believe all that, but I do believe like it is power in what you say. So all right, next we're gonna get into the title track, Me Against the World, featuring Dramacidal. I love this album so much. I looked up on YouTube, right, the like original versions of like all of these songs, or like the original or like the unreleased tracks from this era when he was making this, and even those shits are amazing, bro. Like I love this album so much. I love this album so much. Let's go. Me Against the World. Against the world. Just the whole idea of him feeling like the world is against him. Like on one hand, in 1 second, you can go from being one of the biggest artists in the world at the time. Like he, at this point in his career in '95, bro, he has movies under his belt. He had 2 albums under his belt. Like he's on top of the world. Like he's making money. He's doing, you know what I mean? He's doing his thing, and then, you know, and just like standing on what he stand on, and it's end up going to jail for something that he says he didn't do, and he feel like the whole world, the whole media is going against him, and everybody's treating him like, you know what I'm saying, all crazy and shit. I just wish he was here to like explain like his thought process through these times, bro. Like you know what I'm saying, I wanted to hear like how like obviously he's telling us how he feel, but like That shit must have been like lonely as hell. Can you picture my prophecy? Stress in the city and cops is hot for me. The project is full of bullets, the bodies is dropping. Ain't stopping me to don't trust strangers. Put one in the chamber whenever I'm feeling this anger. The use unless we shoot, no one notices the youth. It's just me against the world, baby. That line right there. What's the use unless what's the use unless we shoot? No one notices the youth. Like it is a real thing, and I feel like all of us can kind of, well, most of us can kind of attest to this, especially. You know what I'm saying? If we, you know what I'm saying, being older, like having that hindsight and being able to look back at life retroactively or retrospectively. The generation previous always is harder on the generation that comes after it. The generation of kids now is like, oh, they all on the internet, or they all just doing weird shit or something like that. The music they listen to was all crazy and everything like that. And it's just like, it's always that disconnect from generation to generation. And every current young generation always feels like, God damn, like they don't understand us. Like, because I remember when I was a kid, my mom and my pops and them, they generation didn't understand us. You know, Will Smith said it, man, parents just don't understand, dog. Like, no matter, there's always gonna be a disconnect between the current generation and the previous one. Why is there always gonna be that disconnect? Is it because they shouldn't be, because the older generation should counsel the younger generation, but the younger generation also has to listen. I don't know, I guess it's just dialogue, it's just conversation. I think that's mainly what it is, just conversation. Trying to get some rest, pushing people that's asking questions, still with the ones without possession. Panicking when you get stranded and things don't go the way you're planning it. Dreaming of riches, position making a difference. Politicians are hypocrites, they don't want to listen. Love it. All right, so next we on to So Many Tears. On my mind, I couldn't find a place to rest until I got that thug light tatted on my chest. Tell me, can you feel me? This album is so heavy, bro. Lord, I love so many tears, and shed so many tears. The reason I love this album so much, it really shows you, it's like an emotional journey, like throughout this whole entire album, bro. And it's like, this was one of the first time, like I probably heard this album probably like in 2000 and I don't know, like 12, 13, somewhere around that time. Before that, I haven't heard an album that accurately expresses the emotions you feel as, you know what I'm saying, a young dude, man, like for real, bro. Like, and the crazy thing about it is, it's not a common thing that people express these, it's not a common thing that young black men express these emotions, bro. Like, you know, so y'all already know, like, you taught to be tough, don't cry, hold in your emotions, all types of shit like that. But like, when I heard this, man, this was like, yo, this is like, it's okay to feel your feels. Like, I know I didn't, it's crazy that we need certain validation to like, yeah, oh, nah, it is okay. Cause in your own mind and your own ego, you like, nah, I ain't gonna let them see me like that. I ain't gonna, man, he was being vulnerable from the first to the last track on this entire album. And on top of that, the reception of this album, like the reception of this album, even like commercially, but just like, I know this album resonates with people, bro. Like, I know this is a lot of people's favorite albums, including it being one of mine. Like, just for the simple fact that it explored all of these different emotions, man. Like just feeling lonely or grief or shit. You got Temptations where he's feeling lustful. You got songs like Dear Mama where he's just like talking about his, you know what I mean, talking about Mom Duke's Old School, where he's being nostalgic about the past and him growing up in New York, and then him fearing his own mortality or coming to terms with his own mortality, and him talking to the younger generation and young niggas. And like, man, it's so much, man. This album is so good, bro. So good. I know so many peers. No, every move is a calculated step. You bring me closer to embracing early death. That shit is crazy, bro. I wonder if he really, if he was just being like dramatic, or if he really thought that he wasn't gonna last long. Like, he was living a crazy life though. Like, on top of the shit that he talked about, like politically talked about, or his social commentary was like a lot out of pocket. You gotta understand, you had Dan Quayle on his ass, you had C. Dolores Tucker. Like, it was like he had some real like I ain't gonna say enemies, but he had some real powerful people who opposed his way of speaking. And then on top of that, he was still, you know, trying to run around in the streets and be around the people who inspired his music. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about this album, I don't feel like this is a 100% accurate depiction of Tupac's life, but I do feel like it's a culmination of like his life, the people he meet, and the people he met along his journey. So like I said, I don't think he's only telling his story. I just feel like he's telling like the story of like, you know, people who've been in that situation. Like it's not like his specific story, like, but you know, at some points it does hit like that, but like for the most part, like that's why I feel like it's so relatable, because it's not just like a direct correlation to his life. It resonates with everybody. It resonates with people who felt the same, been through the same shit. I've been really one baby, so I can see a part of me that wasn't always shady. Don't trust my lady. He had to have cried writing this song specifically, but just writing this entire album, bro. The thing I like most about like doing these type of videos and how I'm gonna start doing these retro rap reviews is it just gives me a chance to like sit down and like absorb like an album for like a good, you know, for like a good hour or change, or however long the album is, where I'm focused on nothing but this album and I'm just hearing the artist for exactly what they're trying to say, and you know, just trying to dissect and decipher what they're saying between, you know, in between the lines and stuff like that. I really do love this shit, man. I love this shit, bro. But we're gonna go next on to Temptation. Hey, yo, throw your fingers up. This shit just hit you right here. It's one of the to make you get down. Tell me, baby, are you lonely? You ain't heard I've been on the clown to get around. That's my word. See you walking and you're looking good. This song is so fucking good. Music don't sound like this no more, bro. It don't feel like this no more, bro. I know you've been searching for someone. Open your gates to the waterfall up in heaven. Don't worry, I let myself in. All I heard was some playing shit, bro. Pac on some playing shit, man. Stop playing with cuz. Pac be talking that shit. I know y'all heard Rather Be Your Nigga, man. Pac be on some shit. Take my hand, cause even thugs get lonely. Understand? You see that part, bro, where he stretches out those words? Sit down and conversate like you know me. Take my hand, cause even thugs get lonely. Understand? Oh, that shit is tough, bro. Shit is tough. Even the hardest of my homies need attention. Catch it blowing up the telephone reminiscing. I wanna take you to the movies in the park. A quiet spot for you to do me in the dark. Love this fucking song, bro. Alright, next, we're gonna move on to young niggas, man. This is Pac, you know what I'm saying, talking game, you know what I mean, trying to get some wisdom to the young G's out here, man. Love it. I love it. I wanted to kick this one to Robert Yummy Sandiford. I don't know if y'all know. Y'all should Google look up who Robert Yummy Sandiford is, man. Yo, I heard a story, like a rumor, like a story about Tupac where he was this was like right after Yummy got killed in Chicago, and they said Pac had a show in Chicago, and they said that, man, that nigga was wailing on them niggas in the crowd, like yelling at them niggas for you know what I mean, for killing Yummy and all that other type of shit, bro. And it was just crazy, you know, cause you know, outside of that, you know, Pac ain't really know the Chicago politics, so it really kind of won't his business to speak on. But he felt so passionate about it, like just the fact, not knowing the facts of the case, or the fact, not knowing the facts of the situation, but just feeling like, nigga, y'all niggas killed the kid, nigga. What the fuck is going on out here, nigga? Like, I heard that nigga was, well, the Outlaws and them niggas, they talk about like, yo, Pac was like running, you know what I mean, like yelling at these niggas, these whole gangsters, these GDs, BDs, VLs, Mickey Cobras, everybody up in this motherfucker, bro, Stones, all that, in that crowd, and Pac just, you motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, which is insane, but you know, that's the thing about Pac, bro. I feel like, man, I feel like Pac was one of them, like, if he saw something happen, or if he felt like something was going on, was wrong, he'll address it like right then and there, not with care, but with like reckless, like just say whatever the fuck's on his mind, bro. Like nah, y'all niggas tripping, like, you know what I'm saying, instead of like trying to come down and, but like also the thing is, it's interesting because I mean, it's on one hand it's like, yeah, you passionate and all that, but on two hands, if you really want people to receive a certain message, you got to talk to them in a tone that they understand. Like you have to meet people where they are and talk to them how, you know what I'm saying. You can't just yell at niggas, bro, especially not no street niggas, man. But Pac is crazy, bro. As a young nigga, I didn't bang, but I was hanging with the homies till them niggas started slinging. That ain't all on me. All we had was our hopes and dreams. You couldn't see us unless we learned to slang dope to fiends and young niggas. Nah, my neighborhood was full of drive-bys. Can survive, all the homies living short lives. Alright, next up, we got Heavy in the Game. On the prize, police, neighborhoods getting no sleep. And my thing to go back to Pac being lyrical, I feel like I said, I feel like on tracks like If I Die Tonight, like where he showcases like the undeniable lyrical ability. I don't feel like, well, obviously he doesn't do it all the time. I don't feel like he has to. I feel like the message he tries to convey, or whatever he chooses to speak on, I feel like it doesn't need to be so complicated or complex. Like, it's just straightforward. It's the truth, you know what I'm saying? The truth only need to be told one way, and that's just how it is. Like, it's cute to make all these metaphors and similes, and I love it myself, don't get me wrong, but like, it's something to be said when Pac is in those top 10, top 5 conversations, and if we're being honest, he doesn't have the stereotypical or not stereotypical, the prototypical skill set of a super lyricist like a Nas, like a Big, even Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, but he's still in those conversations. Why? Because the nigga, like, the thing is, bro, he's saying the same shit as all of these niggas. His words hold the same weight that his words, honestly, his words might even hold more weight than theirs, because yo, you don't need a fucking dictionary or know the references behind what Tupac is talking about. It's straightforward, nigga. It's like, it's simple, isn't there's no super duper pattern you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, like I said, I love that shit myself, but like, I don't like it when it's used as a slight against Tupac, bro, because obviously he can do it, but the fact that he chooses not to do it all of the time, or the fact that he chooses not to do it in the majority, or the fact that he chose not to do it, shouldn't take away, it doesn't take away from his message, and two, it doesn't take away from him being one of the greatest of all time, bro. No matter where you choose or where you decide to place him, he's somewhere up there. Checking and robbing, despising your homie ain't healthy. Niggas getting them dead before they get wealthy. You know, right there, I don't know if that's a direct response to, like, because I think like in '91, I think even like before or around the time his first album came out, he was at like an event or a function and like got into it with some people or something like that, or something. Either it was him or his entourage got into it with some people, and some shots rang out and they ended up killing the kid. So I don't know if that line like is referencing that, but if it did, that's crazy. That's dope. It's time to realize, follow the rules or follow them fools that die. The rain come the riches and the bitches and the fame. Pac got some legendary stories too. Like many people in or around the industry got like a crazy Tupac story, bro. It's like DMX. Like, everybody got like a crazy DMX story, and everybody got like a crazy Tupac story. Him just doing some wild shit. It's interesting. And being for real, because I feel like a lot of people call Pac a fake gangster and all of that, and then say he started acting gangster after he got the juice roll or whatever. You could be right. I don't know. I don't know for sure. My take on it, how I feel about it, I felt like Pac was a reflection of black culture. He was raised by like real Panthers and like real like people who are into it with the government, bro. Like, his step pops, Matulu Shakur, like Geronimo Pratt, like his mother Afeni, like his mother Asada Shakur, I mean his his aunt Asada Shakur, bro. Like he comes from that pedigree and that lineage of like consciousness, but also you still gotta live in reality. Like a lot of those philosophies and ideas are just that, like the difference between being in theory and being in practice. So like you can come up and like people teaching you this stuff or telling you this stuff, but like when you have to go out into reality, bro, sometimes you won't be able to apply it just because of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just from like knowing, or just from like researching Pac and like kind of knowing his story. Like you grow up being in New York, to going to Baltimore, to going to Marin City. Like it's like, man, you kind of been around like a lot of fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fucked up shit. And whether or not it turned him into a gangster, a real gangster, or a fake gangster, or whatever, I just feel like he just reflected what he was seeing. Like I felt like Pac was just a mirror for young Black America at that time. I don't really get into was he a super gangster, because you got situations that can back up that claim, and you got situations that can't back up that claim. But at the end of the day, who the fuck cares about that type of shit? Whether or not he was or he wasn't doesn't validate or invalidate the words that he speak. Like these shits is the words themselves are still true. You know what I'm saying? So no matter who they coming from, no matter what the messenger does, I feel like the messenger does matter. But just because you have a fucked up messenger doesn't mean the message is bad. You can just not want to hear the message because of who it came from, but that doesn't mean the shit still doesn't ring true. Next track, probably my favorite. One of my favorites. Man, it's definitely in my top 5. One of my favorite Tupac songs. Lord Knows.
I smoke a butt, take the pain out, and if I wasn't high, I'd probably try to blow my brains out. I'm hopeless. Another sip of that drink, the Tennessee got me queasy. Don't wanna hurl, young nigga, take it easy. I couldn't let my adversaries worry me in every single day. Got me thinking what the hell gotta suffer so much, I'm feeling shell shocked.
I think there is like a little backstory to shell shock. I think like the origins of it is about like Vietnam War veterans. That's what they used to call Vietnam War vets, I believe. I don't know, I could be wrong, but like when they would come back, and they would come back from being over there in Vietnam, and the PTSD would just be fucking with them and shit like that. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be military combat or anything like that. Just coming up in a tough environment and like going through shit, and you realize like you don't even know how much shit affects you until you sit down and like go over it again, like, and replay those old memories or those old situations over in your mind, and realize how much they affected you and how much they influenced your decisions, your current decisions, or your current behavior. This whole song is about just how traumatizing life can be. Like this is like I don't know, man, the worst of the worst, bro. Like shit fucked up, dog. It can be though. Gotta smile through it.
Cause they after me, kill me if they could. I never let them catch me. Bang banging, homies died in my arms with his brains hanging. Had to tell him it was alright, and that's a lie. I ain't knew it when he shook and died. My God.
For sure, heavy track. All right, now we moving on to probably the most famous track off of here. Dear Mama. Shout out to Mom Dukes, man. Shout out to all of the great mothers out there, man. And the grandmothers, man. The aunts, whoever, all the motherly figures in the world. Ain't no woman alive that can take my mama's place. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell. Bro, the combination, this is like top 10 greatest hip hop songs of all time, bro. His voice, his delivery, the beat, the message, the lyric, all of it, bro, is just, it's just so good, man.
One day, and even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. Even though I sell rocks, it feels good to put money in your mailbox. Even though I act crazy, I gotta thank the Lord that you made me.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Excuse me. Next track we got It ain't easy. 2 childhood friends just died. I couldn't cry. Damn shame. When will we ever change?
Everybody wanna know if
I'm insane.
My baby mama got a mind full of silly games.
You see what I mean? See what I mean? What he said when he said my baby mama got a mind full of silly games. To my knowledge, well, I don't know. He could have, they could have suffered a miscarriage or something like that. But to my knowledge, Pac ain't got no kids, so he ain't really talking about himself. He's speaking for, you know what I mean? He's speaking for other people, bro. So that's what I mean.
It ain't easy being me. Will I see the penitentiary or will I stay free? Even though you innocent, you still a nigga. So you think I'd rather have you behind bars, the triggers, stay free.
I don't know, man. The best thing for me about this album, bro, it grounds me, bro. It kind of like brings me back like to reality. It kind of puts a lot of things in perspective and just makes you realize like how crazy life can get, and how, man, we just got to be grateful for the time that we got. I don't know, this album always makes me think of that. Just makes me think, makes me appreciate and just be grateful for the things that I have and the things that I had. But yeah, next we're gonna get into Can You Get Away? Now low key, I told you this album is all about emotions, bro. I feel like listen, this album all about emotions. If I Die Tonight, you know what I'm saying, he was dealing with his own mortality, me against the world. He was feeling like, I mean, that's the feeling of, he was kind of feeling lonely in the world, so many tears, sad, temptations, that's lustful, you know what I'm saying, young niggas, the emotion, I don't really know if that's really an emotion, but young niggas is just like, man, you talking to the youth, heavy in the game is letting niggas know, like, nigga, I'm here, nigga, through all this other shit, nigga, I'm here, nigga, and I'm that nigga, you know, Lord knows it's him, you know what I'm saying, reminiscing, dealing with it, well, not really reminiscing, but like, well, thinking about the stuff that happened to him in the past and dealing with that. That's all about PTSD. Dear Mama is all about, you know what I'm saying, appreciate his mother. It ain't easy. It ain't easy is also, it's just like, yo, it's dealing with the bullshit that comes in life. And right now, Can You Get Away? High key, low key, this is jealousy. Like, this nigga was kind of being he wasn't really being a player hater or nothing like that, but he was just like, yo, fuck this nigga, dog. Why you fucking with this nigga? This nigga, he ain't even like that, bro. This nigga be hitting you and shit, bro. Don't fuck with that nigga. Come fuck with a real nigga, man. You know what I'm saying?
Take your lunch, she'll have you back before you even get home.
Shout out to Shorty, because she stayed down. Well, I don't know if I should be shouting her out. She might be dumb, but I don't know. I respect her not wanting to do, you know what I'm saying, the nigga dirty. So much pressure in the air. I'm not happy here. And I can't get away. I'm not happy here. It's like a, damn, it's like a PSA also, like, for like people stuck in like domestic violent relationships, like, so it's also like, can you get away, like, can you get away and come with me, and also can you get away from that relationship, and you know what I'm saying, because that shit ain't doing you no good. I actually just realized that. I feel like Can You Get Away is a play on words. Like, not only is he like checking for her, like he trying to get with her, but also he's like concerned, like, yo, you in a kind of a fucked up situation. Like, can you get away? Like, you need some help type shit. Like, no, it's fire. Or maybe I'm reading too deep into it and he just trying to smash. I don't know. Next, we're gonna go to old school. And old school, it's nostalgia, man. It's all about remembering where you came from, your childhood memories and all that shit. Pac growing up in New York. Niggas say Pac ain't got love for New York. You niggas don't know. What more can I say? I wouldn't be here today if the old school didn't pave the way. No bullshit, bro. Growing up and like being like around this time that he grew up, well, probably not even around this time, but like growing up in New York was probably like fun as hell and also dangerous as shit, because New York is crazy as hell. Listen to KRS to get me through the night. Let's hear the rocket electronics, Sonic.
mom say, you like the old school?
Being in New York when hip hop just started out, what the fuck, crazy, bro. Train heading uptown, freestyling with some wild kids from uptown, profiling. Well, there's a juvenile trying to stay away from Rikers Ave. And that too, but man, you wild out too much. Your ass is going to the island, nigga. To the island where they wildin', nigga. Oh my God.
Remember popping that lock in the Curtis blow. The knee belts, the collar rock, the super hole back in like quarters. Remember seeing Brooklyn go crazy up in the motherfucking party. Remember I used to go, it's Brooklyn in the house. I came through the door.
Said it before, that was my shit. Yeah, next. Fuck the world. Judge, I'm in danger, and that's why I had that 4-5 and 1 in the chamber. They trying to say that I don't care. When I was coming up rough, that wasn't even what you called it. That's why I smoke blunts now, will run with alcoholics. You know, yak as I sit back, like as a Big Mac. Brothers come up and say you did that. You better stay strapped, nigga. Fuck the world. Say that I don't care. You wanna know if I claim the clique that I'm hanging with, and if I'm down with this banging shit? I don't give a fuck if you blood or cuz, long as you got love for thugs.
This world ain't prepared for us. A straight thug motherfucker always scared to bust. Fuck the world. Say that I don't care.
Next, we got the second to last track, Death Around the Corner, which is also one of my favorite tracks by Tupac. Fuck, he stand by that goddamn window with that fucking AK. You know what that makes me think of? That makes me think of that picture of Malcolm X with that rifle looking outside the window. I see death around the corner, gotta say hi while I survive in the city where the skinny niggas die. I see death around the corner, any day trying to keep it together. No one lives forever anyway, it ain't helping my paranoid, tell me the truth. I'm out the window with my AK ready to shoot. Make me wanna kill my damn self, but I see death around the corner. This album came out in March of '95, bro. And by September '96, it was gone. I no longer trust my homies. My phone just tried to do me. And even if I did die young, who cares? All I ever got was me, months of cold stairs. Although I'm hopeless, I think my mind's gone. All I can do is get my grind on. And smoking weed was an everyday thing in my household. And drinking liquor till you out cold. My niggas trip, bitch, who you came to see? Murdering now and see me later, man. I hope the Lord can forgive me. I was a G and getting high was a way of being free. I see death around the corner. Last track, number 15, we got Outlaw featuring Dramacidal. And I think Dramacidal was like, I think it's like another name for the Outlaws. You stupid, I want to be a motherfucking outlaw.
That's right, nigga. How's these hoes?
I know what I'm saying. Murder, my mind state. Preoccupied with homicide. Trying to survive through this crime break. Witnessing evil that these men do. Bitches sin too. In fact, they be the reason niggas get the bleeding. I broke the law and they jump all in the same flurry. I never worry, they'll remember me through history. Dear God, I wonder can you... Before I close my eyes, I fantasize I'm living well. When I wake and realize I'm just a prisoner in here. Will I last heaven to hell? Freedom or jail? Shit's hard, but who can tell? And if we fail, the daughters open fire. Hit the district attorney, but fuck that bitch, she's alive. Now it's time to respond. Bring me beside my 4-5. May God forgive me, I was high. Don't label me a outlaw. Swallow my bets and holler fuck 'em. And if I'm next, just let a nigga step with something. I ain't fearing nothing. Fuck the judge, I got a grudge. Punk police, niggas run the streets. 1995, the game has changed. Motherfuckers is acting real strange. The rules is wrong, rearranged. Play a hater, be an innovator. Keep it real, pack that steel, cause you know these streets is real. Motherfuckers wanna see me in my casket, jealous motherfucking bastards. Like Thug Life Baby, and the Young Thugs, and the youngest thug of all, my nigga Rara. Overall, bro, like I said, man, this is in my top 5 favorite albums of all time. Honestly, trying to be as objective as I can be, I think it's like a top 5 album, hip hop album of all time, period. Like I said, man, it just runs through so many different emotions. And at the time when I heard it, I didn't really know that people who look like me could actually, I don't know, man, because I know that we all have these feelings, but I didn't know it was okay to express them. And this motherfucker expressed these shits, and it was received well by the public. So it's like, we can all be vulnerable too, bro. Like we can feel our feelings and shouldn't be ashamed of feeling how we feel, man. Like no matter what the feeling is, man. If you happy, bro, show that shit, man. If you sad, you ain't gotta show it, but you know what I'm saying? Feel it, understand it, learn why you going through it, learn why you feel this way. For real, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Sub up, like, comment, share, all that type of stuff. Let me know what you think about this album in the comments. Let me know if this is your favorite Pac album. Let me know your favorite song off this. Let's have a, you know what I mean? I want to have a conversation behind this. Let me know, like, what's your thoughts behind this album too. I really do want to have like a good conversation in the comments about this shit, man, because Tupac touches on a lot of good topics on this jank, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up though. I don't wanna, you know what I mean? I don't wanna impede on the rest of y'all day, man. So y'all go ahead. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, peace, y'all.